Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to More Than Just a Mom, Unmask and Reclaim Your Mom Joy. I am your host for today, Alicia Washington, and I help moms find more confidence and joy to live the life that they want to live. Oops, hold on. Before we start, I want to make sure you turn off all your phones, computers, all the things that keep you distracted so that you are um, fully in tune to what you need to get out of this today. So who is this for? This is for moms who adore their role but yearn for more, moms who face the challenge of losing their sense of self and confidence and passion amidst the joys of motherhood, moms that are haunted by missed opportunities and stressed relationships because of their role as a mom or what they give to their role, moms who grapple with feelings of inadequacy and a constant need to please everybody except themselves, and moms who are trapped in an overwhelming cycle of striving for perfection as a mom, but longing to break free from that mental space, that mental heaviness, and moms who are ready to be more confident and purposeful in their lives. So if that is you, I'm glad that you are here, and I really hope that you get something out of today. And this is what we're going to be learning. Top 3 things that annihilate the myths that limit moms from understanding their true powers and impact, overcome the mistakes that moms make that sabotage their dreams, relationships, and self-confidence, and conquer the negative patterns that impact your confidence, relationships, and joy. And the number one way that I found my clarity and purpose. You still with me? Okay, here we go, guys. And if you stay to the end, I have a special gift for you. So I want to know in the chat, what would you like to get out of this class? All right, so again, my name is Alicia Washington, and my background is in professional counseling. I've served in youth development and mental space programming, mental health programming for over 25 years. Oh, I did get a question in the chat. Let's see that. Stacey asked, how do you alleviate mom guilt? Hold on to that because we are definitely going to address that. Thank you, Stacey. All right. So it's a little bit about what I've done and who I am. I'm also a published author. Girl, My Journey into Motherhood Birthed a Brand. And that is in the book, Girl, My Brand, Your Brand's a Big Deal. So you'll hear more about my story, a little bit about my story as we go forth. But it's all in this wonderful book that I was blessed to be a part of. And I'm also a boy mom. I have an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. I've been a stay-at-home mom, a work outside the home mom, a homeschooling mom, and a work at home mom. So I've done all the things and have all the circles, and one of my greatest accomplishments that I love is being a mom. I love these guys here. I am the only female in my house, so please continue to pray for a sister. But they are my joy. But my journey to motherhood didn't start as beautifully as it's going now. This little girl, this is me, prom 1991. And behind that smile is a girl who 2 years prior, at the age of 16, terminated her first pregnancy in order to save her relationship with her mother. Fast forward 5 years, as a rising college senior, she had her second termination in order to save the good girl mask she hid behind for so many years. And after all of that, she never believed that she would have kids, and she didn't think that she deserved them, and she struggled in her relationships. So that's me. And to my surprise, I was married in 2001, and we were expecting our first child in 2003. I birthed Victoria Washington on December 25th, 2003. And I said goodbye to her on that same day. She was 19 weeks, and her medical label, she's considered a miscarriage because she didn't make it to the 20 weeks. But I was grateful that I was able to give birth to her and not have to do a D&C. And I considered it a kiss from God. But I still didn't think I was going to be able to have children, especially after that experience. But God, if I didn't say it already, I am a woman of faith. And so that is going to come out as I go forward. But in 2005, after a lot of scary pregnancy stuff that I'm not going to get into, and including a 2.5-month hospital bed rest, I had my oldest son at 32 weeks. And 9 days later, we took him home. And he's now 18, and he is our social butterfly of the family. And his brother came along 3 years later. And after more surgeries and scary pregnancy stuff, he was born at 36 weeks. So he is now, can you hear me? So he is now a 15-year-old football player and towers over his big brother, but that's a whole nother conversation. All right. I am not seeing myself. Hold on one second, guys. I need to. Technical difficulty, just hold tight. All right, not sure what that is about, but we're going to just move forward. Hope everything stays together. All right, so I threw myself into motherhood with these two bundles of joy because I was elated to have them. I never thought I was going to have them, and I secretly had to prove that I was worthy enough to have them, right? So full steam ahead as a stay-at-home mom, married to an over-the-road truck driver. That's a whole nother conversation. I built community and blazed forward. But at some point, and I'm not even sure when, I started to fizzle. I didn't recognize the lady in the mirror. She knew everything about her kids and her husband, but wouldn't blink when it was about her. So I lost my mom joy. I still had mommy magic because I could do, all things with them. But my mojo, what made me, Alicia, what made me excited and felt purposeful, I was fizzling. My pizzazz was burning out, and I didn't know it until it was too late. So I was mentally stuck, and I tried all the things. I tried talking to my friends, but again, I didn't always listen. I tried reading self-help books, but I noticed that they were more geared to how to be a good mom, but not how to feel good and be good as a person who is a mom. You know what I'm saying? And I gave more service to others. I love helping people, and I threw myself into that and through my church and through all these things, but it still wasn't speaking to me. It still wasn't filling those empty spaces. And I threw myself and said, I was dealing with my church or working through church and volunteering and all those things. And my tradition in Christianity says, that my job as a good mom and a wife and service to others is all that I need. And it wasn't. And I think a lot of us feel that. I knew I needed a shift. I needed something, but I didn't need another book or another person telling me, oh, just this is how you be a good mom. This is how you run your house. There was a disconnect. So fast forward, when I began to when I decided that I needed something and I wanted to find who Alicia was again, I discovered how my thoughts and my emotions and my patterns were keeping me stuck. And I had to change that if I wanted to live the life that I knew I could, that I knew that I deserved. And I also had to, that mind shift, realize and believe that I deserved it. So here we go. In 2018, I was on my journey, a lot of hit and misses, because I was doing this journey by myself and really not knowing where I was going. I'm pulling from here and pulling from there. But I realized that I had to begin to choose me. And that is how I started my journey. So now I say that my life is simply blooming with purpose, and I'm always authentic and never dull. Can't be dull in a house with all these guys, because that's just a whole nother story. But stuff is just not happening. I don't know what that is. All right, so I can't be dull because I have a house full and these guys are characters, right? But I'm enjoying them more, and I'm blooming with my purpose, and I'm authentically being me, good or bad, and understanding what that is and where that's coming from. And that's important because it gives me more confidence. My relationships are richer because they're more honest. I'm honest with myself and I'm honest with the folks around me, and not the brutal honesty where I would just say things because it was true, but really, why is this true for me? And getting down to the basis of that. I'm more grounded and focused on me and my family. It's not an either or, it's an and. We'll talk more about that. And I'm boldly going after my dreams. And that's why you're here and why I'm here to talk to you guys about the 3 simple myths that moms believe that actually keep us overwhelmed and stuck. All right. So buckle up. Here we go. So this is going to be a countdown. So number 3, self-care is selfish. How many times have we heard that or felt that in our lives, right? So we hear pouring from an empty cup. I don't know if you've ever heard that before. They say you've got to fill your cup. So that's filling yourself with the things that keep you joyful, the things that keep you focused and keep you on point and on purpose, your why. So you're filling that cup, and then you take what's in your cup, in your soul, in your heart, and you pour into others. And that's what we do as a mom, right? We pour into our families. We pour into our kids, our spouses, our significant others, and those around us, right? But if we're empty inside, we can't pour, right? And a lot of times that emptiness is not because we're not connected to something, but it's because we have leaky cups. We have gone through all of us have gone through some type of trauma in our lives, whether it's, I guess like the major traumas that people associate with trauma, or the things that happen to us that just simply traumatize us. The words that are said to us by someone in our family that we remember and we begin to internalize, and it begins to make us feel like that we're not worthy of something, or that we always have to be perfect, or that we always have to please everybody to be accepted and to be liked. And that becomes our goal because that's what we've internalized because of what someone said to us. Those are little traumas, and those little traumas leave holes in our cup. So we got to begin to fix those leaky cups, fix those areas, address them where we've internalized some message that has impacted us in a negative way. And putting your oxygen mask on is not a cliche. We're quick to put the super mask on. We're quick to hide behind the mask of, oh, I can do everything. But we're really slow into putting on that oxygen mask because that's the stuff that's going to keep us alive, right? So it's not a cliche that you need to take care of yourself and take your power back. Take your power back. Put these earrings here because my first unofficial coach was, she was a mom, and she was kind of helping me on my mom journey. And she was more of a mentor, but I really kind of think of her as my unofficial coach, because one of the things she was really trying to get me to do was self-care. And I was just adamant about, I didn't have the money, I didn't have the time, I didn't do this. I wasn't listening, I wasn't open, and I didn't believe in the process, to the point where one of her assignments was for me to buy a pair of earrings. She said, just go out and buy a $5 pair of earrings. And I'm just going to tell y'all now, that was the hardest. And I did not do that assignment. I think it was years later when I did it. And I actually became a paparazzi consultant for a minute, because I had started buying so much jewelry. And that was me really taking my power back in that simple way of just buying myself a pair of earrings. Because earrings for me is a sense of confidence. Don't ask me why, but I don't feel like I'm ready to go unless I have a pair of earrings on. And for a long time when my boys were small, I wouldn't wear jewelry because they're boys and they pull on everything. And so I had taken that off. I had laid my confidence down. I had laid the thing down that helps me feel like a girl and girly and womanly and all of that, to be a better mom. But I had missed that piece. When I laid the earrings down, I laid my confidence, I laid my sense of being a woman, I laid it all down. So I had to take my power back. The number 2 myth is kids come first. Now listen, kids are a priority, and we love them, and we love them viciously, not viciously. What's the word I'm looking for a word. I mean, we love them totally, right? But we have to remember that love does not require us to be a martyr for our kids, that we lay down everything for them, that we're laying down our relationships, our spouse, our marriage, that we are laying down our friendships. Because yes, they are important, but we need connection as well. We need to be in community. We need that for our own soul, and we need to model that for them. They've got to learn what does a loving relationship look like? What does a loving friendship look like? And if we're so busy laying ourselves at the altar of motherhood, then they can't learn from us. All right, I can keep going on that. And then also love and launch confidently. Like, listen, our goal is to launch our kids. We are stewards of our children. They're only ours to get them ready to be their own person, to launch them into this world. That is our job, really, is to get them ready to launch. But if we are launching them where they think the world revolves around them, where they think they are the sun and that everything revolves around them, they're not going to be able to handle it. They're going to be fearful. They're going to be entitled, and they're not going to be able to be that confident, joyful person to where they can go out into the world and be who they are and do what they need to do, because they're not going to know. They haven't been prepared. So we want to love them and launch them confidently. And they cannot be the center of everything to do that. And also, you matter too. We get into, I think it's a societal thing too, where we are taught that it's all about the kids. It's all about the kids. And so we get into that and we forget no, it's not it can be about the kids, but it can also be about me and my relationships and my wants and my dreams. It does not have to be an either or situation. It can be an and situation. You can love your kids and love them fiercely and still love yourself fiercely. And you matter. All right. The number one myth is the super or perfect mom. Listen, I don't even know if I need to say this, but a lot of that is motivated by guilt and self-doubt. We get told that we can't focus, self-care is selfish, right, on us because that takes away from the kids. No, when we are healthy and happy and whole, then we model being healthy and happy and whole to our kids. And so when you have the cape and the mask on, you're hiding behind who you really are, and you're hiding behind that self-doubt of, am I really good enough to do this? And then the other piece is super moms don't need any help because we're super, right? Now, mommy magic and super moms is different. We have magic. We are magical, right? But when you are trying to save everybody, you're trying to save the planet, you're trying to save your family, you're doing all this for your house, you're in the community, you're doing your friends. Like when you have the mentality, when we have that, I'm perfect and I can do everything by myself, I can save everybody by myself, we don't ask for help. And that's a part of that fizzling out and burning. Be a powerful mom without the super mom suit. The super mom suit helps us hide. When we have the mask and the cape and all the things that we feel protect us from the world seeing who we really are, then you get lost in that super suit. But when you understand your power as a mom and as a woman, you don't need that super suit. You can still be a super person, a super mom on the inside, but you don't need that super suit to protect you. The world can see you now. Does that make sense, guys? I hope that makes sense. So I wanted to share a little bit about Teresa. She's a wife and mom in Indianapolis, and I worked with her a little bit. And taking off the super suit and being who she is and standing in that and being authentic in that. All right, here we go. We are 20 minutes to go, and I am going to get you guys out of here in time. All right, so the three common mistakes that sabotage three common mistakes that sabotage the dreams, relationships, and self-confidence of moms. Here we go. Had to get my notes together. Here we go, guys. All right, number 3, letting mom guilt stop you from rediscovering yourself. Mom guilt tells you that you can't do this, that you shouldn't do this, that what will people think if you do this, right? And so all of these things block us from being our true self, block us from doing the things that we really know in our heart is what we need to grow and to develop. Now, that doesn't mean that how do I want to say this? When we let mom guilt, and that's that guilt of, you shouldn't do this, or if it's not about the kids, if kids aren't coming first, then it's not for you, it's not important, you shouldn't do it. If self-care, if you're being selfish, if you're taking care of yourself, if you're doing something for your soul, if you're taking time to reflect and to get into who you are and think about you, then you're being selfish. You shouldn't do that. It's like that little old lady pointing the finger at you. You shouldn't do that, right? It blocks us. it has us feeling on the inside so many different emotions to where we can't focus on who we are and what we need to do. The number 2 mistake is judging yourself against other moms. Listen, we have the whole, we have the whole working moms versus stay-at-home moms, old school moms versus gentle parenting moms, homeschool mom versus PTA moms, all these things. But at the core, we're still moms. We want the best for our kids. We want to launch them confidently and with love into the world. And how you decide to do it is your business, right? It's how you decide to do that. It's how your family works. And we have to get out of the mentality of judging she's doing that, so she must not be a good mom. Listen, we are all moms and we have to accept what works for us and not feel like we are, how should I say this? Not feel like we have to judge, or there is no perfect mom. There is no perfect mom. We all decide how we want to run our show, and that is okay. So stop judging yourself against someone else who's deciding to run their show differently, or who, they are, yes, they bring 25 cupcakes homemade from scratch to the PTA meeting, and you brought a cake from your favorite bakery. That's okay. So we have to stop judging ourselves against other people. All right, number 1 mistake that moms make that sabotages everything is ignoring your own wants and dreams. We are so wrapped up in being this superwoman, saving the world and looking for how we can save the world, that we forget about who we are, and we're dying on the floor because we've forgotten, we're shriveling up because we've forgotten who we are, what we want, and what we dream about, because we're so busy saving the world, saving everybody else, but you're dying on the floor. It's the number 1 thing that keeps us, the mistake that we make. We just completely forget about who we are. And I want to share with you, Kristen, she is a mom. She's a badass. Oh, yeah, I cuss a little bit, y'all. Sorry, but she's a bad mom, and she does all the things. Not a bad mom, but she's like a bad boss mom, I should say. She's an executive director of her own nonprofit. She's also working with a couple other nonprofits to help them to build systems, and she does all the things, and she struggles with that mom life and work-life balance, and really figuring out her role and not forgetting who she is in that. So being able to help her kind of figure that out and continue to be the boss mom that she is, right? And the boss mom, the best mom that she can be, and the best Chrissy that she can be. So how do we do all this? How do we stop the myths, break these cycles, annihilate those myths? How do we stop making these mistakes? There's 3 simple ways to transform your life in 90 days. The first step is to know the power of your thoughts. So what you believe, what you think is what you're going to become, right? So if you believe that you're not worthy, if you believe that you have to be a people pleaser, if you believe that you have to stay behind this mask, then that's what you're going to become. You're going to become this scared person behind a mask who's fearful of being her own self. If you believe those messages that I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, I can't do this, then that's what you're going to become. So you have to understand where those messages are coming from and begin to break them. 2, know what you are feeling. Know what you are feeling. Our emotions are attached to our thoughts. So when you think that you're not worthy, then you're going to feel like you're not worthy, and then you're going to behave like you're not worthy. So when we don't understand what's going on with our emotions, we hide behind masks. We try to be this proof to the world that we are the super mom, but inside we don't know what's going on. So you have to be in touch with your thoughts and your emotions, because they're connected and they impact how you move in this world. They impact the behavior that you do. So your number 3 step is to understand how your thoughts and emotions influence generational patterns. Listen, this thing is more than just you. This thing goes back generations. Now, you don't have to know all of the patterns, but you have to know what patterns are impacting you, because in order for you to be a mom that launches your kids with love and confidence, you gotta break some cycles in the way you move in your generational path, so that they don't continue that path. And a lot of that is knowing what those thoughts are and those emotions, what's connected to it, and knowing how you move in that and what patterns have existed in your life from that. I hope this is all making sense to y'all. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. This is Katie. She is a mom and a grandma and a business owner, and she was coming out of corporate America, and really, her husband has a tattoo parlor and salon, I know, a tattoo business, we'll say that. And she was going in with him and trying to reconstruct all of her life, right? And a part of that is with this marriage and kids and grandkids and all of this, she was really losing who she was, and using her connection and working with her, she was able to tap in and really begin to break some of the myths that she was holding on to, and tap into the power that she already had inside of her, and create a new, right before the pandemic too, but to create a new normal for herself. And boundaries was a big issue. And so create those boundaries that she still has in place and still implements to this day. So what do you want? More confidence and clarity and purpose? Do you see yourself in the super mom syndrome? Do you see yourself needing to break these myths? Listen, you can do it by yourself, but it's going to take a minute, because it just does. It takes work. And if you don't know how to work it and where to work it and where you need work at, and sometimes, a lot of times we think, oh, I need to be over here. No, you don't. You're not ready. You need to be here. And then we can move to there. Or, you know what? You're good here. Let's move forward on this. So you can achieve more clarity and confidence and purpose by implementing my specific step-by-step life program. And I call it a life program because this is a way of life. This is a way of thinking and being and doing, right? So my course is not just a bunch of theory. It's been tested and proven by myself and my clients. And I've developed a simple but powerful 5-module program that helps stuck moms build confidence, live with intention, operate in their purpose, obtain clarity of direction, and move to the next level. Because we don't want to stay where we are, right? We want to move. We want to be purposeful and move with intention, know what we're going and why we're going there. So the big question is, how can you apply these 3 steps to your own life and find more confidence, clarity, purpose as a mom without sacrificing your family? Well, I want to introduce you to my B.L.O.O.M program. It's called B.L.O.O.M, How to Thrive Where You Are Planted. And I'm going to give you a backstage pass to what you'll learn each week in this program. So we're going to go module 1. I call this back to basics, right? We're going to get back to basics because in order to move to the next level, you need to figure out where you are now, who you are now, what your, understand what your worth is. And it's not what you do and how you do, it's who you are, and understand. And if you don't know who you are, that's why we're going back to basics, exploring your why, your purpose, and your position. Module 2 is plant. We're going to get our hands dirty, right? Because we got to do the work. And if you don't know what work to do, that's where I come in, because I'm going to help you learn how to prepare your soil, how to get ready for work, how to level the barriers, what do they look like in your life, how to remove them, how to do things sometimes as a family, sometimes as yourself, analyzing your season and navigating through your season. Where are you now? Are you in a dormant state where you just need to be working on some things quietly? Are you full out ready for bloom? You ready to are you ready for, the rain to come? You need the rain to come, or are you ready to, like a sunflower, to catch all the sun at all the times? Or are you in a harvest? Are you ready to collect some of the fruit that you've already planted? What season are you in, and how to navigate through that? And then transitions will bring storms. When you begin to change and to grow and develop in new ways, storms are going to come. And this program teaches you how to address these storms in a different way, in ways that are different from how you used to do it when you were trying to be the super mom and the superwoman, and when you were masked up and didn't know who you were. So we're going to do things a little differently. Module 3 is our act. This is where we put words into action. We're implementing some things. So we're going to activate your power, choose your direction, and take the next step. Module 4 is our root. We're going to dig in deep. Like, we've gone to basics. We have gotten our hands dirty to really figure out where you are and what needs to be removed and what needs to be added. And now we've done some action planning. We're activated. Now we're going to dig in and get rooted. So understanding what your potential, what your purpose, organizing your resources and your results, and knowing how to tell your story. And then we're going to bloom. We're going to put all of that together to where you're building your confidence, you're living with intention, you're obtaining your clarity and your purpose, and you're moving to the next level. And defining what that level looks like for you. So what do you get? This transformational system comes with this video and comprehensive digital development workbook. So this workbook is intense. It's a $7,000 value, weekly group and Q&A sessions, and access to a private Facebook group. You'll also get bonus 1 is a signed copy of Girl, Your Brand's a Big Deal, which further tells my story and some stories of some other amazing women, which I think will really help you as you are beginning this bloom journey. And bonus 2 is 6 one-on-one intensive calls with me to work on your specific transformation goals. And bonus 3 is another course called Be You, Do You, For You. And I call this as kind of your intro course. And this is 5 steps to learn how to lay down your mask and pick up your crown. All right. And you also get a 12-week membership into the B.L.O.O.M Circle, which is an accountability circle where we will continue with our one-on-one calls and group sessions to see where you are now, what we need to tweak, and to see, to push you to go further, right? Because sometimes we stay safe Even when we're changing, we like to stay safe. So this is to help push you along. All right, so you also get lifetime access for the entire system is valued around $14,000. And today, you can get started right now for $5,000. And this is really an investment in you to get to that next level without feeling like you have to fumble through it, right? Without feeling like you're alone on this island, and to help navigate some of the voices that you're going to hear when you start making changes, because you're going to hear the naysayers. You're going to get the, oh, well, what are you doing? Oh, you think you're this, oh, blah, blah, blah. But this program helps you stay true to who you are and who you want to be. And I have my fast action bonus, and that is 50% off. So that will be $2,500 today. And I had it till today, but this is the encore. So for today's encore session, I will push the fast action bonus to the 9th, which is Sunday. And woohoo, there's always, here's your, you can do the full 5,000 payment or 25 if you do the fast action bonus. And then you'll have also, or you can do 3 monthly payments of 1,800. I was looking to make sure that was right. Final step, and I will put all the links in the chat, but you can pay securely with credit card or Stripe or PayPal. And that is 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, 3-month program to really get you to the next level, fast and focused. Coursework, community, and coaching for $5,000 or $2,500 if you take the fast action bonus. And I'm going, I stay within my time frame. So if there are any questions, you can ask those now. And then I will put your free gift for those who are still here in the chat. So if you have any questions, and I'm going to stop talking and see. Yes, Miss Stacy.
So I see when you had the there was another program, I guess you have, is it a smaller program also that you have?
It is a smaller program. That's just that's a 4-week program. So that's for 1 month. And that program, we will dive deeper into, we're basically going to take one avenue of kind of your thoughts and where you are and dive into that. So that's kind of like your step 1 of the program.
Or like almost like a precursor.
Almost like a precursor. So we'll do some of that we'll do a lot of that in B.L.O.O.M. But if you're not ready for, and that's another option too, guys, if you're not ready to jump to B.L.O.O.M, you can start with Be You, Do You, For You, because it gives you that basic, those basic kind of who you are, what you need, where you are, steps. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. And then there's a price point for that also?
That is, yes, that is included with the B.L.O.O.M program. But if you wanted to do that separately, that one's $1,200.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you guys for being here. I hope that you walked away with something. I would love to hear your takeaways. So if you haven't already, join my Facebook group, I Am Butterfly Squad. I'll also put that in the chat, and you can join that, and please share some of your takeaways from today. Thank you so much for being here, and excuse me. I hope that you are ready to unmask and reclaim your mom joy. Oh my goodness. Oh. Nothing. Wait. It says I'm recording, but it doesn't tell me I can. Okay.